I am autistic. I am from Cape Town, and my new interest is making videos. So if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, like and share. And if you need more info, you can look in the description. Okay, I'm sitting here at the Atlantic Ocean, and opposite me is Robben Island, and I'm just taking a drive along the what they call the Atlantic Seaboard in Cape Town. So let's go. I'm driving in an Polo GTI 2022 model. And it's quite new. There's 520 kilometers on the clock. Just have to go up slowly up here. Temperature today is 14.5 degrees. It's now 16:28. If you watch my videos, you'll see I like my statistics, so kind of mentioned that a few times. This I think is a 50 zone, and this is traditionally in during the rich or the more expensive area of Cape Town. It's called the Atlantic Seaboard, and typically the smallest flat or apartment you can get is maybe a 20, what they call micro apartments, 20 square meters, and they go for about 2 million rand. That's to give you an idea of the cost here. And 40 years ago it was a whites only area, and now I think still mostly only white people live here because it's quite difficult to afford that. The micro goes for 2 million, and anything else is more. You can go up to further down in the Atlantic Seaboard. We will drive past Clifton, and that area you can get 100 million for a 3-bedroom flat. So quite expensive. Today is Saturday, so, and it's rainy, so there's not a lot of traffic, so that's good. Hello. These people are always trying to sell some stuff. Some people are using that to get some income, obviously, and others are working for companies. I think this one is maybe working for a company. So now we're entering Seapoint. We just came out of Greenpoint and Point. So for now I decided to just drive in the normal drive, because that's where the car defaults into when you're driving in this kind of low speed limit areas. There's no point going into the sport mode and accelerating. It's a 50 zone. You can put on the cruise control at 50. Okay, it's at 47. This is the promenade in Seapoint on the right. People come here and they walk and run and jog and rollerblade or cycle. So I think it's a 3-4 kilometer stretch. And at the end of it there's a pool, the Seapoint Pavilion. We won't be passing it on the way that way, but you can. The pool is quite interesting. In the 80s it was as I go back, must remember I've been out of Cape Town for a long time, 22 years I think, and now I'm back again. And when I lived here, it was basically apartheid. I left here in 1994 when it ended, so I didn't have much experience living in Cape Town without apartheid, so a lot of things I still need to get used to, and it seems that after 22 years much didn't change. In any case, this is Seapoint Pavilion, we're just passing it, and this was a whites only pool, and the non-whites, me and others, we used to stand on that area and look down at the pool. We could never go in. I think it opened up in the early 90s or 93 or even before apartheid, because it's ended, but before that most people used to just watch it, most non-whites. And now since the pool has been open for everybody, there's almost no more white people there. I'm not sure where they swim now, or maybe they just swim in their own houses, but don't see them in there much. Oh, I don't know how many left South Africa since then. I don't know, don't have official stats. So this is up this road. I'm gonna turn left now, and if you look up this road, this is the start of an area called Fresnay, and the president of South Africa lives up here on the hills there. This is also a very expensive area, and some of those big houses you see there, they can be like 40 to 80 million each, which is way out of reach of I think 99.9% of South Africans. And that head that you see there, that's Lion's Head, part of Table Mountain. Oh, I don't know if the range is called Table Mountain, but that head is called Lion's Head. It's around 1,000 meters high, and on the you can park halfway up and walk up there. It takes you about 45 to an hour depending how slow you're walking. It's not that far, and then on top you have a really beautiful view. So this is also part of that Pantry Bay called now. All these places you can Google it and you can find out. On the left you see an old guy with his Porsche. Remember in summer in the 80s when I came here, in summer this road is always extremely full, and one day I was driving with my brother and an ambulance came past. So as the ambulance passed him, what he did was he just followed the ambulance, you know, because all the cars, they make way for the ambulance. So in that way he avoided all the traffic. So before the cars could come back into the road, he just stayed behind the ambulance and passed all the traffic, which was quite clever. So you have these big houses here on the side. On the left They look like mansions. They're quite huge. And I always wondered how they built this as a kid, you know, into the mountain, and won't the mountain slide away eventually? And so that's the reason I'll never want to live here, because I have a paranoia that it's going to slide away. But I think people don't seem to care about that. They build right on the edge. On the right you see quite big apartment blocks, and we're going to get to this place called Clifton now. There's some more. In 1993, my last year of in the vacation after university, I came to help. My father was an electrician. He was working for somebody, I don't know who, but they had a flat, or they owned the whole apartment block. I think it's this one here. One of these, there's a few. If you look on the right, you just see the top of the buildings, but on the other side you can see it goes quite a way down, maybe 10 levels or more. And we were working in one of these apartment blocks, and these flats go for, like a penthouse could go 100 million, 120 million. That's like around 8 to 9 million US dollars. So it's quite, for South Africans it's a lot. And I was working in this apartment with my father doing the electrical work. He's an electrician, so we were putting in some new cabling and that. Then after a while he said I can leave, and then I took a walk down to Kemp, and we will be passing that now from here. My father was quite cool. He didn't force me to work. He knew I was studying, so it was just a holiday job, and whenever I wanted to help him, he was quite happy. As a kid, before university, I always helped him and worked with him and learned all the electrical, how houses work before. I write about that in my book called Chicken Legs, A Loner's Way. But when I was in university, he knew soon I will be finished and I should focus on my studies, and it was okay. He let me leave whenever I wanted. So after, I don't know, a few hours, I took a walk down there. It's quite a nice place to walk, beautiful. But it's cloudy today. You can't see they also call this the 12 Apostles. There's like 12 hills here, but it's all covered by clouds and you cannot see it now. You can always Google it to check it out. So now you know how you get there if you watch this video from one part. As to the car, it's quite smooth, it's easy, it's so easy to drive. I can talk where I don't need to think, I can just keep my foot. We have the pedal shifts, which I never use or don't use now. If I want to race the car, I can go on a track and do that, but I doubt I will be doing that. As I explained in another video, for me it was practically did not make sense to buy the 85 kilowatt same Polo for 50,000 rand less and 62 kilowatt less in the engine, so it didn't make sense. So, and this car I guess would have a better cult value later as a resale, so I advise anybody who has the extra 50,000 to just go for the Polo GTI. It has more features and much more power. 85 kilowatt automatic is not that great. So this is Kemp. This is where I walk to. The water here is 12 degrees winter and summer. Even if it's 35 degrees air temperature, you'll be freezing after a few minutes in this water. when I was 20, it was 23, I think, they opened up the beach. So for at least, not officially, it wasn't officially legal for non-whites on this beach, but the police didn't chase you off yet. You know, apartheid only ended in 94, so then it was official. But before, I think a year or two before that, they slowly didn't beat you off the beach like they used to in the 80s and 70s. So I used to come and swim here at times when I was 22 years old, I think, yeah. And then I was quite much better condition, fitter, so the cold wasn't that bad. But I remember coming out after about 10 minutes, I was still freezing. So now the short, this part of the road, there's no more traffic lights or robots as we call it, so it's just I can set this cruise control to 50. That's a nice cruising temp speed. And they have built a lot more flats here, I think in 1999 or 1994 when I left it. I don't know if there were so many apartments on this side, but maybe my memory is not that great. So all along the left is the ocean, I mean the right. So my wiper's smudging. It's not perfect, but I have ordered a new wiper for the driver's side. Hope I get it soon. Wild Africa. Most of the fynbos and natural vegetation, I think it's still available on this part of this mountain. You can see how beautiful it looks now. Imagine some parts here you have baboons still, but I don't know if we will see any baboons today. Once in 1984, in December 1984, I came with my cousin and brothers and some of their friends, about 10 of us, in a bakkie. It is a panel car, and we were sitting in the back, and we came to this area called, I think it's Oudekraal, by a bridge here. We were planning to spend the day there, so the uncle brought us, and on the way we saw about 15 girls walking, and when we arrived at the beach about 20 minutes or 15 minutes later, they arrived at the beach, a whole bunch of girls, and then we were the only people on this small little beach for the whole day. 10 guys and about 15 girls, and some of them were quite pretty. And I was 14 years old, so I didn't have any shyness for girls yet, because I didn't hit puberty yet. This is the beach At least just down here we were sitting. There's a place you can swim. You look, there's like, it looks like a small. Anyway, so everybody, all the guys were older than me. I was the youngest of the group, and so my brothers are 6 years older than me, and some of the guys were about 3 to 4 years, the average, older than me. And all of them were too shy to start talking to the girls, and so they used me. Go and steal their towels or take some things, and then eventually we started to play games with them, and we played a game called Bok. That is actually it's an English game. I forget what the name. I'm gonna park here now. I forget what the name is in English, but basically you have for a few people stand against the wall. One stands against the wall, and the other stand with their heads against your stomach, forming like a straight table where you can jump on. So you jump on each other. It's like three of the girls against the guys. So I think we had a mixed group. So as you jump and land on their backs, you can, you need to hold on. So everybody's in swimming clothes, so you can imagine how much fun that is for the guys. So everybody was quite happy that I could, initiate contact. But like I said, I was not into all those things yet. Well, there's Lions Head in the distance, and for sure that white building was not there in 1994. So this is the other direction. The sun goes down on this side in the ocean, so that looks quite nice. It's a bit too long, or I'm not gonna wait till the sun goes down for a few hours. But that's the mountain with the cloud. Just have to give a view of that. That's beautiful. So anybody that ever comes to Cape Town and wants to walk on this mountain when there's a cloud on top, because at the moment there's no rain at the bottom here, but that cloud is misleading. We went up there in summer and it was hot, but there was just a cloud cover. But when we got into the clouds on top, it was storming up there and it got very cold, and the girls that were with us, they were in a full panic and crying and wanted to go back, because in that cloud you can only see, at one point we could only see like a meter in front of us. So it was, for me it was very exciting, but so just be aware, don't walk in that cloud, it's cold and rainy. I'm just doing a reverse trip, meaning I'm turned around and I'm going back same direction, but maybe it looks slightly different because now they're facing the other way. So go back a slightly different route. Instead of going along the coast, I'm going to drive through a Seapoint main road. As a teenager on New Year's Eve, we used to go to Seapoint main road. It used to be quite full of people then, and sometimes some people were throwing eggs, and I don't know why they did this, but it was quite fun. They would throw eggs or take nugget and rub it on some people. I think that was the colored people did that. I don't think the whites were doing that, but they would use that as an excuse, maybe. Like, I think me as well. You can rub some nugget on some white people. Yeah, color them up a little bit. In any case, but it was quite fun to go there and try to obviously look and meet some girls. But me, as Mr. Autistic, I've never met a girl that I tried to meet on, for me it was, even now I'm married, my wife came to me. I've never managed to, what they call, I don't know what the word is used, but to chat up a girl or try to win a girl over that you like. I've never managed to do that. Okay, we have a noisy motorbike go past. So I never knew how to do that or get any girl to like me. Kind of something I still have no clue how to do. So there's like a mystery. The art of getting girls to like you. It's a mystery that I have not solved. But like I say, my wife, or before she was my wife, she saw me and she liked how I looked, and so I just left it up to that. Sometimes as a younger one, girls used to, obviously, I think most people sometimes have girls that like them. I don't know, but I think 2 or 3 liked me in my lifetime, and then not all of them was okay. So I was like, okay, my wife was one that I was okay with and satisfied with, and so I said okay. She said, let's be married, and I was like, okay, I agree, and we'll do that. And 22 years later, we're still married. And yet I still get confused, or she gets confused with my communication skills. It's a complete mystery at times, but I think the secret for me and her was, just forgive each other, because we do not have bad intentions for each other, but sometimes the communication gets confused and can cause strife. In any case, I have to fetch her now, so I have to go back and pick her up on this one place called Waterfront. So I'm driving to there now. She and my daughter are having a dessert on a Saturday afternoon. They said it's best I don't come with, because my daughter's writing exams, and I tend to stress everyone out because nobody understands me, or at least they need to sit and chat about I don't know what, and small talk and stuff like that. I don't know, so I can't do that, so it gets stressful. So yeah, I want to have my kitty relaxed so she can study and write the exam. So yeah, 1.5 hours they went for a dessert alone on the waterfront, which is quite a touristic area. They have many shops and malls and restaurants and all kinds of stuff there, so sometimes they go there. But I'm okay with not going. Like I say, I have my new toy now, and interest is this car, how it drives, and my new hobby of making videos. So now I'm just talking whatever comes in my head and making a video driving back. This bottle is shaking in the holder, so it's disturbing. Into the sun. Hopefully soon we'll pause that. there's a rattle here. I don't know if it's stuff. Something is rattling in the cubbyhole. Not cool. Maybe it's my hat. Let me take it out. Check if it's that. I need to find some dents or bumps so it can rattle some more and see if it was my hat. It has a metal thing on it and it was rotating. Yep, it's that. Oh no. Okay, no need to panic. It's a little bit too hot in the car now. I can just slide it down to some air there. I think on this side you get a better view of this magnormous houses on the side here. Some of them are not even multi-apartments, so it's just one house, one family. Crazy. But as I said, I would never live here. I don't like living on the edge of a mountain. I'm just totally paranoid. Let me clean that window a bit more. OCD and everything else. I would have liked to play all my music that I enjoy playing. I like this techno music. But apparently YouTube does not like, you know, copyright, so I can't play any music in the background. I could put some YouTube music on, but I think no, I'm just gonna leave it natural, and I can't try with music now. I have 13 minutes to get back to the waterfront. I have to be there at past, and my kids are very particular that I have to be on time, which is something I also prefer, to be on time, because I think it's got to do with, I think maybe autistic people take everything literally. So if I say half past, it's half past, it's not half past, and I can come 10-15 minutes later. No, or sometimes people come an hour later here, which is quite disturbing. So I need to get there. 13 minutes, I think I can make it, even if I go the other route. But gee whiz, the cars are so slow. We are going 30. There's no way I can overtake you. It's too risky. So now we're in Seapoint. We'll go down the main road, and the waterfront is luckily just past there. We have some water. Getting thirsty. A one-hand jobby. So here we're in that main road where we used to gather on New Year's Eve. I'm not sure if they do that anymore on New Year's Eve. Yeah, I have a gathering of thousands of people and walking around and shouting Happy New Year to everyone. I don't know. I haven't gone out on New Year's anymore. I just find it boring now. So, but this is that main road. That bottle fits perfectly in my bottle holder next to the handbrake. Perfect size. Wow, maybe that wasn't a good idea coming down here. So before the COVID, I was teaching here in Seapoint in the Taekwondo gym on the left. There were the DOs on the left there. You can see that sign. That's where I was teaching Jiu-Jitsu. But now, during COVID, that stopped. And now, still, they do not want to continue. And maybe later they'll call me up again. And I can teach Jiu-Jitsu again there. But for now I'm teaching in another club in a different area. In this main road there's quite a few restaurants and I think they're open at night as well, so it's quite many people coming here to eat at night. And of course they have the McDonald's, the paper bread. I really don't like burger bread, but sometimes on rare occasions I will eat one. Funniest thing, when I lived in Switzerland, people would ask me like, where you come from? Like, I'm from South Africa. And it's like, yeah, which country in South Africa? I'm like, no, South Africa. And it's quite funny, for Switzerland's supposed to be the educated people, but many would ask me that same question. Yes, which country in South Africa? In the south of Africa. And some of them would ask, it's just totally amazing, are there elephants and lions walking around there? You know, I don't know why people would think that. Quite strange. And yeah, I haven't seen an elephant today, but what we do have sometimes are baboons on the mountain where we were, and I've seen a small wild cat. I forgot what it's called. I think it's a Oudekraal cat. I forget the name now, but They do have that cat here sometimes. I've seen one. So further down this road is the Greenpoint Stadium, which is a soccer or rugby, I think, stadium. I'm not sure. I think it was 2010 they had the soccer cup, the World Cup here with all the vuvuzelas, and on the left, maybe we will see it, is the Greenpoint Stadium. Or maybe we won't today. Just right left now, that's where it is, but I can see it but you can't. I'm gonna take a turn left here. I won't go all the way down, and because I only have 3 minutes left to get to the waterfront. Wow, just hope I'm not in the bad books. Traffic, I must judge that traffic, but let's see. As you notice, I sped up a little bit, but I can't speed too much. Hello. 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 No traffic, no traffic. There's the stadium right in front, so I need to get to the waterfront in 2 minutes. And don't panic, mister. Let's just see how the traffic goes. Wow. I think this is the road. I hope this is the road, because now I'm confused. Nope, this is the road. Yep. Two minutes to go. That building at the end, that's part of the waterfront, but I need to go to the other side to get them. Speed limit is okay. Will I make it? Will I be in trouble again? You know, I'm the only guy in this. Oh my goodness, they blocked the road. Damn. Come no man, give me a show. Okay, I have a good excuse. I'll be a few minutes late. Have to take a turn around there. Yeah, why they do that? Just to get me late. So that's the Polo 85 kilowatt, or maybe it's the 85 kilowatt. It could be the 70 kilowatt engine in front. I opted not to go for that one. And I even could overtake him now. Wow. Hope he's not gonna get too irritated. But yeah, man. 1 minute. It's 30 now, so we shall see if I make it. I have about 300 meters to go to where the pickup was planned. This is a bumpy road, bumpy. My stabilization is not working great, or I don't have. Is that them there? Yep, so I think I made it.